Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Jessa Jeremiah.
And I'm Justin Riley, and we are here at a little place called Porter, which is located sort of inside the Motorless Motion bicycle shop.
This is an incredible spot.
It really is.
So this
Old
is
train station.
This is part of a big picture plan we're going to share with you later in the show, and you'll want to stick around because it is really some unique things we're doing with downtown Madison. I can't wait to find out.
And great food and great coffee as well.
You bet.
You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, so we're going to chat with those folks later in the show, and we've got a fabulous show for you. As a whole, we're going to talk about some really great businesses here in the Madison location, starting with Familia Dental. They're going to come up after the break, and they've got a really unique philosophy on dental care and just inclusion that I'm excited to talk a little bit more about.
Multiple languages spoken over there, so
Absolutely.
If you're not comfortable with English, chances are you're not watching this show, but anyway, you'll be in good hands over at Familia Dental. So.
Yeah, you bet. So that'll be fun. We're also talking about a place called Table Wine. Now, Table Wine is over on Atwood Avenue, and a really unique, interesting business concept is a special lady that started this store. She's going to tell us her story and what you can expect and how you can get some wine education that you don't want to miss out on.
And it's cool because she really, she started that not because she was passionate, as you mentioned, not because she was passionate about wine, but passionate about the neighborhood that she's in, and she saw a need for a place like that. So that'll be fun to
I can't wait to chat with her. So we're going to be chatting with these folks coming up after the break. Please stick with us here on Wisconsin Family. Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are here at Porter, where they have everything from retail to sandwiches to awesome coffee.
Awesome coffee.
Awesome coffee. We're going to talk to them a little bit later in the show. And just a short jaunt down the street, we have Familia Dental, and we're going to chat with Anna Schwagel right now, who is the Community Relations Coordinator. And thanks for being here today. We enjoy having you.
Thank you for having me.
So I'm excited to learn a little bit more. We're going to dive into the big picture stuff, but tell us just a little snippet of what Familia Dental is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. So Familia Dental was founded in 2008 by Dr. Azad. And since then, we have grown to 37 offices throughout 6 states. So we are in Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Texas, New Mexico, and obviously Wisconsin.
Wow.
But this is our first office here in the Madison area, and we opened in September of 2016.
Really exciting.
So,
you got a lot of stores, a lot of locations. I didn't realize that.
Yes, yep. We are a nationwide kind of chain now, and we're excited to keep growing. We hope to open another Familia Dental on the west side of Madison this year.
Incredible. Growing business. That's
very
fun.
cool, and so quickly. I mean, just since 2008, you've exploded,
Yes.
it sounds like.
Yeah, exponential growth. It's been great to see. The Madison community has really given us a generous, warm welcome. What really differentiates Familia Dental from other dental offices is that we accept the state insurance plans. So we see a ton of Badger Care, Medicaid, Forward Health, and we also accept patients with no insurance. So few dental offices in the area do that.
Wow.
So
Okay, that's fantastic.
Good stuff.
So if people don't have insurance, they can still come walk right in.
Absolutely, yep. We do accept walk-ins, we do emergencies, and we do have specials for those patients who do not have insurance to make it affordable for them as well, because everyone needs good oral health. So
You
Absolutely.
bet. Let's talk a little bit about the name to it. The name suggests that is obviously a family dental care. So in Spanish as well. So you've got kind of both elements there. So talk to us a little bit about, just your family aspect and those patients.
Yeah, so absolutely. We try and treat everyone who comes in to see us, as well as our own employees, like a family. However, that doesn't exclude anyone who is single or doesn't have children. We accept all patients. And yes, the familia is the Spanish word for family, but we are not exclusive to Spanish-speaking individuals by any means. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, tell us, what other languages are spoken over at Familia Dental?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So myself, and then I also have a dental assistant and a dentist that speak Spanish. I have a front desk receptionist who speaks Hmong, and I have a dentist that speaks Chinese, as well as 2 dentists that speak Hindi.
Wow.
So yeah, we kind of have a good array of languages.
They've got
that
you
are
covered
spoken.
then.
Yeah.
You bet. We should have done this interview in another language,
Yeah.
and we could have subtitled.
Well, we are going to do 3 more takes of this with
Okay.
2 other
Okay.
languages.
Excellent. So stick around. We'll get that. That's wonderful. Let's talk a little bit. You shared with us some of the goals about opening another location, but what are sort of some of the other goals that Familia Dental has here in the Madison market?
Yeah, so our goal, since we did just open in September, is to really try and reach the majority of the Madison community and even surrounding communities. There are no restrictions on who can come see us as far as what county you live in. So anyone can come see us. We've had patients come from Watertown, from like near to Milwaukee, all over the place. So we just really want to reach everyone we can and let them know that we're here to help them with all their dental care needs.
You bet. Good
Absolutely,
philosophy.
and that's important because there's so many people who,
Have
maybe
teeth.
Well, yeah, that's exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. There's so many people who, aren't comfortable speaking English, or their English skills aren't quite there, and so I think that's important that you're there to help them out.
Yeah, absolutely. It is great that I lived in Peru for 5 months actually, so that really strengthened my Spanish skills. And I take a lot of calls for patients that are Spanish-speaking individuals, so they maybe do know English, but they feel more comfortable speaking in Spanish with me.
Yeah,
So
of course.
that's great too.
We'll do a whole other segment about your time in Peru. That would be fascinating to learn more about. But let's turn the questions to you a little bit more and talk about your title and your role. So your actual title is Community Relations Coordinator.
Yes.
You told me it's CRC. I love a good acronym. So, but tell me what you do. What does that position entail?
Yeah, so this is a very important position, in my opinion, for the marketing and just the community aspect of our offices and our company in general. And so my job is basically to just get out in the community, reach as many people as I can, and just kind of market our office, let people know we're here to help. I go to community centers, food pantries, the WIC office very routinely, and I also do like family fun nights and dental presentations for Head Starts and daycares and stuff. So
you have a lot on your plate,
Yeah.
and the occasional television appearance.
Yeah.
No big deal, right? So that's incredible. So you're really out there, really taking what the company is trying to do and bringing that to the community.
Exactly. Yep.
And being sort of the face of Familia Dental,
Yes.
letting people know that you exist, what you can offer, and just really how inclusive you are as a company. I think that's incredible.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations on all the success to Familia Dental so far. We wish you the best of luck. Obviously, we'll look forward to that expansion and look for that second location.
Absolutely.
So thanks a bunch. This is Anna
you.
Schwagel from Familia Dental. We appreciate your time. We're going to be back. We've got lots more Wisconsin Family coming up. We're here at Porter, and we'll see you right after the break.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're here at Porter over on West Washington Avenue. This is a pretty cool location. It's a little bit hidden, but there's some great coffee, great sandwiches here, and we're going to talk with those folks later on in the program.
Looking forward to it.
But switching from coffee over to wine, now I'm joined by Molly Moran, owner of Table Wine over on Atwood Avenue. Molly, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to have you
nice
with
to
us.
see you. One of our favorite topics.
Absolutely. So we're going to talk a little bit about a wine tasting event that you have coming up on Friday, January 27th. It's from 5 to 7. But first of all, give us a little bit of a background about how Table Wine got started.
Sure. So we opened a little over a year ago. We're located on Atwood Avenue. And I live in the neighborhood. I'd worked in restaurants and wine retail for a number of years. And so I kind of always in the background of my head thought, I want to do something on my own. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be. And living in the neighborhood, I just kind of looked around and thought, like, what does the neighborhood need? So we kind of still needed a wine store. It's kind of an up-and-coming neighborhood. So we needed a place to kind of pick up a bottle of wine, a gathering space as well. So that's kind of where the impetus came from. So it nicely kind of dovetailed with my desire to have my own space and my wine background.
Very good. I like the sort of reverse methodology there of opening a shop, because a lot of people say, okay, I've got this passion, I'm just gonna do that. And you looked at your neighborhood where you're passionate about, that you live in, and found a need. I think that's cool.
That's
I love
awesome.
that.
Thanks. Thank you. I actually met with a friend of mine who did it the more traditional route.
Right.
And I said, but the thing is, I don't want to leave. I love my neighborhood and I know I want to be in Madison. And he said, well, then reverse engineer it and figure out what it is the neighborhood means.
What a fun story.
Cool.
I love that.
Thanks.
That's really neat.
Thanks.
Let's talk a little bit about the experience at Table Wine. So folks come in for the first time. What are they going to experience that they might not get elsewhere?
So one really important thing to me was that it was a beautiful space. So I spent a lot of time on design and I wanted it to feel comfortable. As I said, it's like a gathering space, so you can come in and have a glass of wine or have a wine flight, so you can taste like through a few different wines on our list. So I wanted it to be a place that you wanted to spend time, so it's kind of cozy and pretty. One of our other main focuses is wines that are in the affordable price range, which kind of means different things to different people. But for the majority of our wines, they're between $10 and $20. Okay. So you can kind of, when you come in, know that you're not going to end up breaking the bank, but you're going to find something kind of special. So those are kind of the big things. We also really love to do events, and we want it to be fun, and we want to make wine kind of exciting and interesting for people and kind of demystify it a bit.
I think that's a great, just all overall, I love your philosophy, because when you are sort of in that price range shopping for wine, you go to some of your more typical retailers and there's not a big selection.
Right.
So you're kind of down to, maybe a couple brands. Yep. And here's a place you can go and get those more affordable wines with some unique tastes and a lot more to choose from.
Thanks. Yeah.
Really neat. I love it.
Thank you. Thank
And let's
you.
talk a little bit about events, because events is a very important part of your business. What sort of events do you typically host?
So as you mentioned, we have the tasting coming up. So we tend to do about one tasting a month, and that format for that is drop-in. So when you said 5 to 7, you can drop in anytime between 5 and 7. They tend to be about $10 to $15 a person.
Okay.
They're super fun. You get to taste through about 6 or 7 different wines. We have a pretty large group of people who come, somewhere in the range of like 25 to 30 people come in. So the one at the end of the month is going to be red blends, because it's kind of what people are interested in, and I wanted something that was fun for January, get you out of the house.
Right,
So kind of talking through what red blends are and why, what style do people like. So that's kind of one big thing of these tastings that are kind of really fun get-togethers. We also do a bunch of wine classes where they're smaller, more intimate groups, and they're way more focused on a specific topic. And that way people can kind of like dive in and learn a lot about something that they care about.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about that, because you said earlier that you want to sort of demystify the wine process. So these classes are an opportunity to educate folks about what wines they're buying or tasting. Tell us a little bit more about the educational piece, and are you continuing to grow that component?
Yeah, I am. So we started, the first class I taught was about a year ago. It was in February, after having been open for a couple of months. And the interest is just phenomenal. Of all the things that we've done, of all the things that we focus on, the wine classes really seem to be the cornerstone of what people wanted to get out of it. So yes, we are definitely continuing to grow. When it's warmer out, we tend to do about 2 a month, but for the winter, we said, let's just try this. And so we're doing 1 a week throughout the winter. I just had a food and wine pairing class earlier this week. I'm teaching a class on Zinfandel next week. So there really are an opportunity to kind of pick a place, a grape, whatever you care about, and really learn a lot with a small group of really fun people.
What a fun activity, too. Like you said, it's a great excuse to get out of the house. We need a reminder sometimes.
Right.
And wine is motivating.
It is a
Get
good
out of the
motivator.
I think
Real
that's
quick
fun.
before we go, I want to make sure I get this in. You have a lot available for wine drinkers. Do you have anything available for non-wine drinkers?
Yes, because it is Wisconsin and it is Atwood Avenue, so we definitely have a nice selection of craft beer, a small selection of spirits. So we do have everything for everybody.
Awesome. Awesome. And information is available on your website, I'm assuming?
Absolutely. Yep, tablewinemadison.com. Our Facebook page is also another great place to go.
All right. Molly Moran from Table Wine, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Don't go away. There's lots more Wisconsin Family coming up right after the break. Stick around.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. If you've been in the Madison area for probably the last 20 some odd years, you're probably familiar with the stationary yellow Milwaukee Road trains that are right along West Washington Avenue just past Regent Street.
And behind us. as well.
And behind us, yes. And just behind them is a little place called Porter, which is where we are right now. And we are joined now by Gilbert Altschul and Jess Perkins from Porter. Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for having us here.
Yeah, of course. Welcome.
So, what are the long-term plans for this train station?
We're starting out with the big questions today, but yeah, I think that's a good one.
Yeah, great. Roger Charlie, he owns the bike shop that we're standing in, and he bought this building a few years ago, and he's just really excited to bring some life back to it. So he approached me and my family initially about doing a restaurant here at the Baggage House, which is just next door to Porter, actually. So we plan on doing a big, like 150-seat taco restaurant called Bandit out of there. He also wants to continue to glass in the train station itself the same way he has this portion of the bike shop. Wow. So along with that, we're going to have this huge, beautiful atrium. It made sense to me, like, let's do a market. Let's bring a lot of people down here. So we'll be doing a kind of year-round farmers market there as well with some different vendors, meat vendors, seafood vendors, produce vendors, things like that. And then as we were talking about that, you know, every good market needs good coffee. And Edward Jones was in the space where Porter is now. And they opted out of their lease about a year and a half early, so we just took the opportunity to start building. And 6 months later, we opened Porter. So it's the first in a kind of big project we're working on down here.
Wow,
What
meant
an
to be.
yeah, I mean, this is an incredible story that is sort of unfolding before our eyes right now. And starting just with this space, it's a really incredible space and a really unique thing that you've done here. And just the feel of it walking in, this is my first time in here today. It's just got such a beautiful ambiance. I mean, just looking around, it's just such a unique and beautiful space that you have turned into something really usable and really exciting for folks in the downtown area. And I can't wait to see what happens from here because all of your plans are just really exciting. So we'll have to follow along as this unfolds.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us here.
Yeah, of course.
And let's talk a little bit about the coffee, obviously. We've been here, just in this environment, smelling the fabulous food, the coffee as well. So who's your coffee roaster? Let's talk coffee for a bit.
Sure. Yeah, and then I'll introduce Jess. So I actually was working closely with Trevor Grain. He's manager and owner at Bradbury's. He kind of came on as a coffee consultant in this project and pointed me in the direction of Counterculture Coffee. They're a roaster out of North Carolina. They do some really good stuff and offer a lot of really high quality hands-on, continuing training for our staff. So it's just a really good fit, and nobody's using them exclusively around here, and the feedback's been great. So he kind of set up that initial stuff, and then Jess has a big coffee background here in Madison, so she comes in and handles a lot of the day-to-day and making sure everything is the way it should be.
And that's important because coffee connoisseurs, they're gonna know if you're the real deal or not. So you gotta be on your game, and it sounds like you are. And the coffee here has just been incredible, and lots of really good reviews and feedback coming out of here in just a really short time. So that's incredible. And Gil is the owner here at Porter. Jess is the cafe manager. So let's turn to you a little bit here.
Yeah, and how has the reception been so far? You've been open for how long now?
About a month and a half, just a little over.
Okay, and how's the reception been in that short time?
Very positive. People are really excited that we're using this space. They're excited for another coffee shop in the area besides Panera, and just something different. So counterculture, again, isn't been offered in the area. So some people that have had experience with counterculture before can come and get it, and they've been really stoked about that. And yeah, so.
This is my first time hearing about counterculture coffee, and every time you say that, I'm thinking it's a movement versus a company. So.
It is a movement, but if you read the reviews about the coffee, I mean, it's incredible. People are enjoying it, and to your point about some of the maybe competitors or what have you, this is Madison. We love to see a locally owned business thrive and come in and be successful and be good like you are at what you do, and it's really an incredible story, but also experience that you've just nailed. I think it's wonderful.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about alcohol. Now, is that something that you're serving as well?
Yeah, we have our liquor license and everything, and we've started selling by the bottle. We have beers by the bottle, some wine by the bottle, and offer glasses, and people can definitely come in-house and enjoy some nice spirited items as well as some food. We're moving in the direction of offering some of our coffees and teas as cocktails as well, working on some recipes. Pretty soon, too, we'll be having a happy hour in the Monday through Friday where we'll offer a variety of drink specials. So
That's
yeah.
great. And what a great location to come enjoy happy hour. I mean, like I said, this is just a really neat spot to do something like this. So to be able to come in the morning, have a cup of coffee, sandwiches, and have a great happy hour, I mean, what else can you ask for?
Yeah, one of the big wins for us probably is actually, so the liquor license will be attached to the entire property where the train station is. So once the other restaurant is up and going, and once it's enclosed, you'll be able to kind of move around, like have a beer, and we'll put a bunch of cafe tables outside, and be a lot of space. The whole, we're kind of looking for that kind of like Union South kind of feel, like just a hub,
Yeah,
Love
absolutely.
That. It's so exciting.
And events, do you have any events that are coming up that we can look forward to?
Yeah, we're definitely building on that. I'm doing a raclette service once a month, which is a traditional, like, kind of Swiss style of cheese service where you caramelize cheese and serve it over vegetables, and we're pairing that with different wines and whatnot. We're doing that once a month, and then Jess has started up an event with Dough Baby where they're coming through with different donuts on Sundays. And
So I thought you had said everything wonderful that I could possibly hear.
And you mentioned donuts.
And now you're bringing out cheese and donuts.
Right.
Okay, so
Wisconsin favorites.
you had me at coffee, and you just keep expanding. I think it's fantastic. So really exciting events coming up for you, and also for you being here managing the day-to-day. Let's talk a little bit about other businesses. So are there other businesses as well?
here at the station, or in general, or?
Do you have other businesses that you're also working on?
Yeah, I mean, so I own Grandpa's Pizzeria over on Williamson Street and Gibbs Bar, and then with all the attention going towards the market and the taco shop next door,
Okay.
there's a lot to come for sure.
Awesome. Okay, so Gramps and then the taco shop as well. So, so I would say that you're a pretty busy guy.
Yeah, stay that way.
You've got a lot going on, and that's really incredible. But a lot of motivation and energy to kickstart something like this, and vision. So,
Thank you.
I'm
congrats.
just really curious if someone, we haven't talked about this yet, but what are some of the menu offerings that you have here? Like what are some of the sandwiches?
Sure. We have a full coffee menu, as well as some nice cold beverages that people can grab with their sandwich if coffee's not their thing, and tea as well. Sandwiches wise, Gil has put together a lovely menu for both breakfast and lunch. We have a delightful breakfast sandwich that has heritage ham, so Dan Fox's Farm Heritage. Get some nice ham from there with an over easy egg with cheddar. And then my lunch favorite is the sopressata panini on Stalzy's sesame baguette with some nice sopressata sliced meat. And
Some really
cheese and stuff. So it's
unique
great.
choices and
Yes.
options. I saw some of our coworkers around the corner enjoying some sandwiches,
Nice.
so I think that's Justin and my next stop.
That's our next stop. So, well, hey guys, thank you so much for having us here today. I can't believe we're out of time already. I'm
Right.
sad.
Yeah.
But thanks so
for
much for having
us.
us. I
It's
hope we
been
get to
a
come
pleasure.
back. And this is Gilbert Altschul and Jess Perkins from Porter. Thanks again. And thank you for watching. That's all the time we have for Wisconsin Family. We'll see you next time.
Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day